guys, I'm Mike, and welcome back to Plant-Based Fitness. Today I want to talk to you guys about easy ways to transition yourself into a plant-based diet. First things first, alright? When starting a new diet or trying to change your diet into a healthier diet, a lot of times people will drop everything that's bad and not try to slowly transition themselves off those foods. And this will end up causing you more harm than good because you will always go back to your food because it's comfort food. Most of the time, the food that you're dropping. So when you want to go plant-based, I'm not going to tell you, hey, you need to drop dairy right away. This very second. You need to stop eating meat. This very second. You need to stop eating everything that goes against the plant-based diet this very second. I'm going to say, hey, look, all right, each week, eat less of it. Each week, take less of it in, all right? I'm not going to just tell you right now, you need to do this. You need to drop this. You need to drop that. It's not going to help you, and it's going to actually turn you off to a plant-based diet. Now, first things first, let's talk about dairy. Dairy is one of the hardest things, in my opinion, to give up. For a lot of people, for me it wasn't. But for a lot of people, it is due to the fact of cheese. The food cheese. Cheese is so addicting. I learned this little tidbit from Dr. Neil Barnard in What the Health, the documentary that just came out about cheese. In cheese, there's, well, in all dairy, there's a protein called casein. And what casein is, it is just a basic milk protein that goes into your body, and it actually causes cancer, believe it or not. But at the same time, all right, it goes in and causes you to want more of that protein, to want more of the cheese or dairy or whatever it is you're taking in to your body that comes from a cow, comes from a goat, comes from wherever it is the dairy that you're intaking comes from. It could be ice cream, it could be whole milk, skim milk, cheese. I mean, multiple cheeses. I mean, we eat pizza. I mean, for God's sakes, I work in a pizzeria and I'm a vegan. You know, I don't eat cheese. People look at me weird, you know. This right here, number one thing you gotta slowly cut out from your diet. Let's talk about alternatives to milk. This is an easy one, all right? There's so many things out there right now that you could drink instead of milk. Instead of whole milk or skim milk or 2%, 1%, whatever it is you drink. There's soy. Soy gets a bad rap. I don't understand, all right? There's almond milk. There's cashew milk. There's coconut milk. I mean, that's the only ones I can think of off the top of my head, but there's so many more types of milk you could take out there. The second thing is cheese. Cheese is so bad for you. It's, as you guys probably know, extremely addicting. All right. So with that being said, there's so many plant-based cheeses out there. And some of them aren't that good for you because there's all these chemicals and all that other crap in there. But I mean, you can go and make your own cheese. If you wanted to have mac and cheese, you can make your own mac and cheese. You know, the cheese part itself. You don't necessarily have to use cheese. You can use veggies with some nutritional yeast and mix it all together and makes cheese. All right, it'll taste just like cheese. I promise you guys. So the next thing you guys gotta slowly wean out of your diet is cheese. And last but not least, my favorite thing in the world, ice cream. I'm a huge sugar fiend. I love sugar. Anyone that knows me will tell you how much ice cream I eat. It's, to most people, it's disgusting. I used to eat half gallon of ice cream at night. All right, that's how much sugar I love. You know, it's crazy the amount of ice cream I used to eat. Now I probably eat about 1 or 2 pints a week, if that, depending on how I feel. Some nights I crave it, I go buy it. Some nights I crave it, I deal with the craving and I try to fall asleep or try to eat something else. All right, ice cream is huge. There's so much dairy. There's so much sugar alone in ice cream. It's unbelievable. But there's so many ice cream alternatives out there that you can buy, you can make. It's crazy how what you can do nowadays with food. All right, there's soy, so delicious. There's Ben and Jerry's new almond milk ice cream. They got tofuti ice cream. Those are honestly the only ones I'm familiar with off the top of my head because those are the ones I've experienced. You can go make banana ice cream. They call it nice cream. You can freeze veggies. I'm sorry. You can freeze fruits and make your own ice cream out of them by adding a little almond milk in there. I mean, it's You just stick them in a blender and it's that easy. I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. So try to cut out ice cream with at least milk, not all together because of the sugar. Next thing on my list is meat. All right, meat is a huge industry in this country, and it's kind of crazy how much backlash I get for being a vegan and not eating meat. I mean, I've been told I'm not a man. Uh, I've been called out. I've been said I was gay for not having meat. I mean, these are things people say to me because I don't eat meat because I don't fall into the norms of society because I don't eat meat. All right, so let me give you a little backstory here. About 2014, um, I found a guy by the name of Mike Dolce. Bought his book, and I followed his system. Now I cut out red meat. I cut out pork. I cut out stuff like sausage and bacon and stuff like that because it's terrible, especially what I just learned from What the Health about bacon. Oof, I'm not even going to go there. All right. And I saw a dramatic weight loss. I lost 14 pounds. I'm going to repeat that. 14 pounds in the matter of 2 weeks. And I am not lying to you. I went from weighing 168 point whatever it was to 154 just by cutting out meats and adding more veggies to my diet. Now, I didn't go 100% cutting out meats. I was still eating chicken. All right. That's the number one thing people eat nowadays is chicken. We make so many, I don't remember the exact number, it was like 100, what was it, 100,000 or 100 million, I don't remember, pounds of chicken in an hour or something like that. Which is crazy. Look it up. It's got to be there somewhere. I'll put it in the corner here so you guys can see it. After I cut that out, though, I lost a little more weight over time. It was just easy cutting out chicken. Chicken is a group 1 or level 1 carcinogen, which is the same thing as a cigarette. So take that into consideration also when you eat chicken. Another thing to think about. All right, there's a folk tale about John Wayne. If you don't know who John Wayne is, look him up. He's an old cowboy. I'll put a picture of him here for you too. All right, he. It was said that when he died, he had like 20 or 30 or 40 pounds of unprocessed meat in his stomach. Think about that. Even if it's not true, that's still disgusting. Unprocessed food, unprocessed meat in your stomach. Just thinking about that makes me cringe because it's the second, I don't even know where to start with that. And it's just, by eating your veggies, it just cleans you out. It allows you to feel lighter. It allows you to just have a cleaner overall inner system in your body. Your intestines will thank you by cutting out red meats, by cutting out sausage and bacon and heavy foods. And well, bacon's not really heavy yet, but I just drop it. You know what I'm saying? And eventually drop out chicken. Chicken is usually the last thing that people cut out. So think about that. 20 pounds in your gut, or like what happened to me, I lost 14 pounds in a matter of 2 weeks just by adding more veggies and cutting out heavy meats from my diet. This right here, fish, this was the hardest thing for me to give up. Out of everything I talked about with you guys, this right here was the last thing I ended giving up. This right here, fish, was the last thing I gave up before I became vegan. The reason why it was so hard for me was because it's just, in my mind, I didn't see this as bad until I learned a little bit more about fish. Alright? But before I get into that, I was a huge sushi fiend. I used to go to all-you-could-eat sushi buffets, and I would eat 4 or 5 plates worth of three rolls of sushi each, and there's 8 pieces in a roll. So that tells you how much I like fish, or just how much I like sushi. I would destroy sushi, destroy fish, and then when I learned about mercury levels in fish and how bad they are for you, it's crazy. Now, one thing that gives vegans a bad rep is omega-3s and omega-6s, which come from fish. All right. But what a lot of people don't realize is plants and seeds and stuff like that, they have all the same vitamins or majority of the same vitamins as fish, as meat, as dairy. And once people tend to realize that, it takes them a little bit. They're like, oh, so you do get the same amount of protein. Oh, so you do get the same amount of amino acids. So you do get this, you do get that. But back to what I was saying, the number one thing that people don't realize is omega-3s and omega-6s. All right. We, as vegans, myself and the community, get omega-3s and omega-6s through nuts and seeds, such as hemp seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds. All right. Multiple nuts have it. I'm not going to ramble on about that. You get them in vegetables too. Cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, etc. Leafy greens, arugula, spinach, stuff like that. They all have omega-3s and omega-6s. Some higher than others, some lower than others, obviously. But if you're still eating fish because of omega-3s or the amount of fat you need, I mean, you can eat avocado, or in my case, I like 2 or 3 avocados at a time, and I can get more fat from that than a fish. I mean, and it's healthier too because there's no mercury poisoning. So if you're still on the fence about transitioning to a plant-based diet or a plant-based lifestyle, go out, switch milks for a week. Go and buy soy milk, cashew milk, coconut milk, almond milk, whichever one you prefer. All right, and give it a try. I guarantee you'll like it. If you're on the fence about meat, there's a ton of vegan meats out there. Boca Burger makes one. Fieldstone's out there. They make vegan hot dogs. Hot dogs are the most worst thing for you in your life. I'm not even going to go into hot dogs. I used to destroy hot dogs. Vegan hot dogs are absolutely amazing. There's a lot of soy, a lot of sodium, so I try to lower that. But I mean, beyond that, it's amazing. They have a lot of Gardein. Gardein makes a lot of vegan options. They have vegan chicken. They have vegan teriyaki chicken. They have burgers. They have chicken nuggets. I mean, and it's all healthy for you. I mean, within moderation, everything's healthy. But I mean, if you're on the fence, like I said, go out and just check and do your research and learn about it and just try it. What do you have to lose? I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it. No problem, guys. Go out and just try it. Don't be afraid to try it. A lot of people are afraid to try stuff. And that's where all this, I don't want to use the word ignorance, but ignorance comes into play when people just assume, oh, you're a vegan? Where do you get your protein? Oh, why don't you eat meat? What's wrong with you? You know, you're not, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And it has nothing to do with that at all, whatsoever. So, give it a try. Like I said, what do you have to lose? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Tell me what was hardest for your vegan journey. Giving up. Like I said, mine was fish. Hit like. And just look out for my next video. Thanks. Have a good day.